Good morning. It is Pentecost Sunday, but did you know Pentecost didn't start in the upper room in Acts? Actually, Pentecost started back in the Old Testament with the Tower of Babel or Babel. All right, this is what happened. The people were building a tower because they wanted to build a tower to reach God, not because they wanted to worship God, but because they wanted to replace God. Remember, pride cometh before destruction and a haughty spirit before the fall. Proverbs 16:18. So they're trying to build this tower so they can reach God and replace God. God sees it and he throws them into confusion. Babble. You heard a person who's talking? They're babbling. So he throws them into confusion so that they cannot understand one another. They can't communicate. So if you can't communicate, you can't work together. Remember that. Then Pentecost comes in the New Testament, right? In Acts. And they're in the upper room, right? Praying. Remember, initially they wanted to build, in the Old Testament, they want to build a tower to reach God, replace God. In the New Testament, they're in the upper room praying. They want to reach God, but they want to reach it through prayer, not through pride. So in the Old Testament, he confuses their language. In the New Testament, God combines their language. They speak with a new tongue, glossolalia. And everybody understood each other in their own language. Remember James in the New Testament, the brother of Jesus. James chapter 3 talks about the power of the tongue, the taming of the tongue, like a rudder to a ship. That one little member can change the whole ship. So Pentecost is about tongues, speaking with a new tongue, a tongue of love. So today on this Pentecost, let your tongue be a tongue that speaks in love, proclaims the love of God. Your tongue ought to edify somebody. It ought to encourage somebody. And it ought to empower somebody to live their best life for Christ. Remember, life is for the living. And if you're going to make a living, make it victorious.